and I'm gonna say this on the podcast too. Everybody that goes on a date with a man, specifically a black man. Now, if you dating other race, but you are taking a risk because you didn't seen the numbers, so take your
You've
risk.
seen. Come on now. Wake up
Look,
call.
don't meet the family. That's all I can tell you. Because at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 of them. You've seen the numbers. If you are going on a date with a black man, you have a couple of questions to start with from the jump before you learn anything else about it. Did you vote in 2016, 2020, and 2024? Depending on how old you are, adjust as you may.
Just as you need to. Come on
Okay.
now.
And who
Who
did you vote for?
did you vote for?
Let me tell you something. If you voted for Hillary 2016, you get 2 points. Okay. If you voted, you get 1. You voted for Hillary, you get 2.
3 points possible.
2020. If you voted for Biden, you get 2 points. If you voted and you did not vote for Biden, you get half a point because you saw what happened, so you get half a point. Because I don't know what it is with these men, and they always their thing about why they be looking up to people is, oh, they businessmen. He got money. He's a
He's a
businessman.
fraud.
He's successful.
He is a fraud.
And the main question you need to be asking is, did you vote in 2024 and who did you vote for? Because if
5
you
points
don't
possible
say
each
what
question.
needs to be said, you get no points
You get negative.
and you can leave.
You can
You
leave the room.
lose, you get nothing, you
Leave
gave something.
the chat. You must go. Period. I don't disagree with a single part of that.
I think this is one of those races, those elections where we can lose the friendships and the relationships behind it. I'm
I
sorry.
can cut people off for this.
We can get
Because
cut
let
off
me
for
tell
this. I'm
you,
sorry.
on my Facebook, I saw a few black people with MAGA hats. I saw some white people liking and commenting and just different things after the election. And I was like, absolutely not. I cut 700 people for no reason. Y'all don't think I won't get down to 7 friends and I be blood related to all of them? Like, you must not know me because I have a hard time regularly, consistently communicating with the people I love. What you think I'm gonna do with the people I don't? Oh, it's easy to cut you off. Baby, my moon is in Gemini, my sun is in Aries. It's gone. You're done.
And I can't believe some of our brothers and sisters in the community had the audacity to vote the wrong way. Like,
All the communities. Because all the intersections that we belong to, I'm so confused. So, okay,
for us.
y'all clearly, D and I have been talking, and we're about to go ahead and kick off this intro because y'all need to get this that was just said.
Yeah.
That
That
belongs to
little
y'all too.
tree, we left that because we wasn't even really ready, but we was chat up because we always
It
chat up
was
in the beginning.
I mean, like, it is what it is. Welcome back to the Fifth Element Chronicles, y'all. We love y'all. We're here
Yes,
doing the
we
things,
here.
having the
We did not
conversations
abandon you.
we did not. We're
We've
gonna get
been
into some
here.
of that. We've been here. We're gonna get into that in just a second. J and D here having conversations that spark conversation here at the Fifth Element Chronicles. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. We are winding down this season fairly soon. And we just have to tell y'all before we continue this conversation, because obviously you can tell what we were talking about. I don't think that there's a question as to what the topic of the week would be, because what y'all don't know is that we had filmed, 2-3 episodes, only to
2,
realize
3 episodes that I was
the
not in.
D was nowhere in them. I would have looked so crazy posting these episodes talking to myself. Imagine
Y'all
all
couldn't
of
even
this, nobody's
hear
there.
me. It
Couldn't see
literally
her,
was
couldn't hear
it
her.
was just Jay. Like, if
Just
I'm
me.
talking, it'd be Jay like, uh-huh,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Right. I completely
right.
agree. I mean, like, no sense whatsoever. And so we have more conversations we're gonna have with y'all. We're gonna be talking about Agatha all along. We're gonna give y'all some bonus episodes at the end of this season to carry you over, because next season, like we say every season, we are coming swinging. Things are gonna be changing. Y'all, my child is cutting up in the background, so if I turn and
We
chastise
can't hear
him,
it.
we're going. Okay. So, y'all, here we are. I know it's been like 3 weeks, but when I tell y'all we did record the episodes, we were just having some serious video issues, and we did not know it until it was time to edit them. D was nowhere to be
Literally.
found. Nowhere to be found. And so, like I said, we're going to give y'all bonus episodes at the end of the season. We're working on season 6. It's going to be a banger. We're going to
I've been dropping
enjoy,
content for y'all on
and
YouTube,
it's going to keep
so
going. Y'all going to see some things on the IG. The TikTok is going to be founded, and
yes,
established. So there's more
yes,
to come from us. Know that we are not slacking or backing up or stepping back
we
any
still
from
here.
this. We are still here. Also, expect to see, I've been doing some work on the J Safe Space situation, and it's going to be going through a metamorphosis because, as quiet as it's kept, we as Black people love to throw a little transition statement in there. And as quiet as it's kept is one of them that I love when we say. Another one would be um, all the while. Okay, so
That's the country one, because I
that's the
say, but
country one.
mind you, though.
But that's another one.
All but
But
wow
mind
is the
you,
country one. But mind you is my favorite.
but listen to
Because you know when they
this,
say,
because
but
I'm not
mind you,
finished
it's
yet.
about to get good.
At the same time, Um, I just be loving it because we've done so many episodes on it. I just love Black people so much, like the diaspora. I love us. So okay, back to the point. Neither here nor there. That's one of them. Neither here nor there. Back to the point. Um, we, like I said, we have these bonus episodes that are coming, and we've been just really figuring out how we're going to, continue to improve and progress with our show and our channel, and even as individuals with our platforms, we're like working on some new things. And
Can we
as
address the elephant in the room?
yes,
Child Didi's laboratory. Girl, the lab has been shut down
I'm like
for a while. The lab was open for 2 days and then it
under construction.
but y'all, keep it up. I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. It was not supposed to be like that in the beginning. It was one of those things where it's like, it's life was journeying and
Hmm.
there were things that took priority. So I made sure to show up for this,
Right.
but I couldn't show up for that. But we didn't got through. We is on the other side.
Oh, I
You know
bet.
what I'm saying? We have more energy. We still fighting the good fight, but we
Mhm.
fighting it with more energy.
Come on now, we
And
fighting.
once I was going, how you be once you don't do something for a while, it's more pressure on like how to start that. You
Hmm.
put more pressure on yourself. But I was like, now I'm in this space. I'm gonna just come just talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever happens, happens.
Oh, it's gonna be fabulous because y'all, D is one of the best conversationalists in my life. Like
Oh, thank
we
you.
just be talking about everything
We
and
do.
nothing, like everything and nothing.
We
Um,
do.
but even with like, Jay Safe Space, I have recently started a career in the beauty industry full time, whereas
Yes.
before it was something I did kind of part time on the side, and now I'm like fully ingratiated in luxury beauty, and it is just really
My luxury.
showcased. Come on now, I'm at one of the houses, honey. I'm at one of the houses.
Yeah.
One of the, and when I say houses, I'm talking about the designer houses, baby. We're talking about the
Period.
big dogs in fashion and luxury experiences. And the one that I
Better
work
talk
for
about it.
is LVMH. But we're not gonna get too deep into all the details. But I am in the space with LVMH, and as such, come on, transition. Um, I have my eyes have been like showcased to my passion for fragrance. And so there's gonna be a lot more fragrance chat happening on J Safe Space. It was something I planned to do a while back with Keita because I wanted Keita to come on in J Safe Space and we just do like a whole little fragrance sitch where we just talked about the things that we loved, and because that's just another form of expression. And I know Dee has been building up her own little collection,
Mhm.
and y'all, my
Yes,
collection has
we
gotten
getting into the
ridiculous.
thing.
I'm looking at like 75 fragrances. That's including minis and travel sizes. So
And
it's a
y'all,
lot.
when friend get into something, friend is gonna buy everything of the thing
Do
of
you
the thing.
see? Do you see what? Do you hear her? I obsess over something that I love, and
Me, I don't
I
blame you. Me too. I get fixated like
I've always liked to smell
that.
good, but like it's been a whole different thing because I've gotten into fragrance layering in the past couple years. And I remember me and Keita, quick story. I was hanging out with Keita one time, and whenever we get together, we always, it's almost like show and tell when we get together because we almost always come with like a handful of fragrances. Friend, look what I got. This is the last time because it's crazy. And one time we get together and we actually had some similar brands, some of the same like same brands, like Kayali, which is really big right now on the TikTok, and I sling so much Kayali, like a dime bag. It's ridiculous. And can I say that? Can I say
It's so funny hearing you say that.
it? It don't match, right? But I be slinging the Kayali, vanilla 28 in particular, but also the juicy red apple. And for my fragrance girlies and guys out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all done see that. Let me tell you,
I
girl, I'm
don't
gonna have
even
to
know
put
who
you
that is.
on. I'm gonna have to put you on the
Who is
Kayali vanilla
Kayali?
28
I don't
and the
know who
juicy
that
red
is.
apple. But it has just really showcased to me, like me and Keita having that get together where we were just like playing with fragrance and just sharing things with each other. Where I was like, girl, I've been layering lately. And I pulled out a layer for her and I was like, this is my summer layer. Like this is gonna be my signature summer smell.
I can't wait to be a layerer,
Let me tell you, it's
but I
so
don't
much
know the
fun.
things of the things yet. I
Oh,
don't
I
know
got you.
enough to just
Let me tell
confidently be
y'all,
layering.
Jay's safe space is about to become that space for expression because that's one thing I'm going to be talking about is layering fragrances, and I'll be sharing them and how I choose layers because I haven't had any of my layers miss yet. When I
Come
layer, people be
on.
like, "What are you wearing today?" And I'm like, "Which part? What is it that you're
Period.
smelling?" Because tell me what it is,
See,
and I'll
that's
tell
the
you what it
beautiful
is.
thing about layering is like because like even if there's popular scents, like once you layer, that scent is
It's
your scent.
yours. It's yours. And then there are fragrances out
Yes.
there that like I'm gonna reel it in. But there are fragrances out there that like connect to your skin and they like adjust to your own pH. So they become something different on you than on someone else.
Hmm.
I use those as my base and I go from there. And when I tell you
Come on.
the things. But Keita and I share with her a fragrance pairing of Versace Eros Parfum, which has notes of Sicilian lemon
I
and
know about
mandarin,
her.
bergamot. Love her.
I like that one. Yeah,
And
I love
then
her.
Nest New York's Seville Orange, which is a rollerball and a perfume oil. And I'm passionate about perfume oils. But
That Ness is the one you was telling me about, right?
yes, Nest is so good. And so they have some of the best perfume oils and travel bottles because they're so full and they mist and they last long. Like the oil
Mm.
concentration to the perfume is just so wonderful. And for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about and are a little bit confused, hop into the next J Safe Space. We're going to be getting into Fragrance 101. We're going to be talking about layers. We're going to be talking about the olfactory families. We're going to talk about
I'm gonna
olfactive
be in there with
fatigue,
y'all.
all of the things. We're going to be getting into it. But, like, I shared that layer with her, and she turned to me and she was like, friend, you have the nose. You
Come on,
have
no.
the nose. And then someone said it to me at work. They were like, you got the nose. And I was like,
That's why, like, when you got your job, didn't I tell you when you got that job? I said, watch. Once you get the basics down, the way you
it's
gonna be bouncing
over.
that, I was like, it is so you. I was like, that is you.
I told those people, I said, when I got there, I had been there about a week and a half,
I
and I
cannot
was
wait.
still turned in because that's
Watch,
just one thing about
watch
me. I have
by
to
the
get
end of the
comfortable.
year. Mm.
They were like, I said to one of them, I said, "Oh, don't worry, I'm open up." I said, "Once I know what I'm doing, it's over.
Period.
It's over for everyone because I plan on running this
Take
place."
off running.
And now that
Hello.
I know what I'm doing, oh, I've been there about 3 months, and it's over. People be calling and coming in and
I
asking
love
for me by
I love
name.
how we both came into that season for ourselves at the
And
same
that,
time
but it was
too.
so
Yes.
interesting because I have to tell y'all about our friendship because Dee always speaks life into me. And she, like, I want to tell you, she's so perceptive because she knows in a lot of my friend circles I
Okay.
am the strong friend. So she's always like, "Hey, I know you're the strong friend, but I'm just checking on you." Or she'll speak like let the spirit and the divine just speak through her. And she said to
I would
me,
say sometimes I just be talking. It be the
but see, that's how
sympathy
that's what I
coming
always
out.
tell people. The way claircognizance and connection to God works is sometimes you will be talking to some, and I think I sent you a video where someone said your gift is not for you, it's for everybody else.
Yep.
So you will be in the pit, in the valley,
That's why
and
I
the
give
spirit will
good
speak
advice
through
and
you
just
because someone,
can't.
someone will call you and you will have so much to say to them and get off the phone and be like, I just spoke myself up. I just talked
I should
and
be
ministered to
telling myself.
myself. That is it. That is so D said to me at the end of my last job when it ended, just suddenly, like within 60 days, I didn't have a job. And I was applying for things and I was looking for things and it had been prophesied to me and spoken to me by numerous people in numerous spiritual communities. Your life is about to shift. You're about to come into a new love. You're about to step into a new space. You're about to step into promotion. You're about to prepare to make twice as much money as you're making before. They started saying these specific things to me that I was relaying to the job I was working. But when the job ended, I remember I was venting to you and you said, friend, just because that job is ended doesn't mean you still won't be promoted. Just because that job is ended doesn't mean you still won't
I
be
don't remember saying that,
elevated.
but hey,
You said that to me.
yeah,
You were like, you were the one who said it. You were like,
I did.
God never said you were going to be elevated at that job. God said you were going to be elevated. God never said, God told you to prepare to move. God didn't say you were moving because of that job. You could be moving because of this next job, whatever you, and it was before I had this job. Like, this is for
Hmm.
people who work in retail and they've made retail their career. The ultimate goal for those of us who are in certain parts of the industry is to get into the luxury sector. Because once you enter it, once you have your foot in the door and you are in that space
That'd be
and
the
that is on
key, is
your
getting your
resume,
foot in that
you
door.
move up from there. Everything is up
Hmm.
from there because you have now built pedigree. Someone has either taken a shot on you or you've proved yourself or taken a chance, but you have proved yourself to be worthy, so to speak,
Now think
of
about this, friend. Think about how you felt when the other situation, like you didn't get that situation.
right
And now imagine if you had got that situation. That this love and energy that you
wouldn't
have
be
now, this
here.
excitement would not be
It
there.
wouldn't be here.
It would not
It would
be
not be
there.
here.
Cause keep it a being. It wasn't there when you was working there,
I had to
right? You
leave
was
that
looking for
company.
really. Let's keep it an extra being. We be wanting financial increase a lot of times. Is what we really be saying.
Guilty. Guilty.
And this is where I work at, and this is how I can gain that
Hmm.
increase, right? Which is understandable. That's common sense. This
Absolutely.
is, but we moving into 3D. That's the problem.
There it
We
is.
moving into 3D. God don't God don't do
God don't
that.
move in the
He don't
3D.
do that.
God is just beyond.
He like these are your earthly this little earthly fodder. I don't know anything about this. No.
Mm-mm. No, I'm good.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna elevate you, promote you like I said that I would. But I'm gonna put you where you need to be.
Where you need to be, where
I'm
you
gonna
can
give you what you
flourish.
didn't even know you wanted.
Come on now.
Listen,
That's what I love about because literally, y'all, I'm just telling you, like our friendship really is a blessing. It has been here before the pod. It will be here after
I
the
think we
pod.
do that for each other though, because you
We
be doing
do
the
it for
same.
each other. I'm like, but
I didn't
that's
even
what
know I
makes
did it
friendship.
for you. I was just like, oh my gosh, Jay is anointed. He just be.
Listen,
And I remember
but
one
this
day
is
you got me together and you was like, friend, if I'm anointed, why would I be friends with you if you
period.
ain't
If you
also?
aren't too, why would there be the synchronicities and the parallels that we have if you aren't too? I said it and I
Yeah,
meant it. I remember that conversation. We have y'all just as friends, and we're about to get into the topic of the hour because y'all know what we're going to be talking about
because we
again.
just
But that's how God moved. God like,
that's how
and that's
God
also
moves. You
how
you get a word in the midst.
in the midst. Look, it started with neurospiciness, only for God to take the wheel. That's how God moved for real.
That's how it
Uh,
works. Come on,
but it's just a blessing, especially in these times, as tumultuous as they are and could be. We're not going to worry about what they could be, but as tumultuous as they are, we are living in times where you have to have community, you have to have friends and family and loved ones that you can lean on and that can lean on you. And it can't be
absolutely
one sided. It can't be a one-way street. It's got to be two-way.
no.
It's got to be. Now, I can't say that it's for both of us, it's always 50-50. We bow, it's in seasons. We adjust. We move.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm having to lean on you a little bit
And I remember
extra.
I used to be insecure about that in the beginning of our friendship because D was rough around the edges in the beginning, and my friend
So was
was
J
is
Lo.
just such a sweet, holy person. And I was just
Child.
so rough, rugged, and rough. And so I always was like, dang, like I hope he feels like I'm as much of a friend to him as he is because I just always felt like, dang, like he just always being there for me and helping me, and you know what I'm saying? Like, because I was
The
a
most
child.
valuable thing to me is to be in a space where I can fully express myself with someone that I care about and let my hair down. And I've never, since we first became friends, I've never not felt like I can just be me around you. Like I can say
Oh,
those weird things, I can share those unpopular
oh.
opinions, I can say those things that are controversial, I can say whatever and know that you're not going to judge me. It's a safe space. I can let my hair down. It can be the weirdest conspiracy theory. It can be whatever, the craziest
Yeah.
idea. And it, I just, like I said before, I really appreciate our friendship because as we've done this, our friendship has only gotten stronger. You know, some people get into business with
Yeah.
each other and it gets worse, but not for us. It's like we've only
It just
gotten
brought us
stronger.
closer.
We learn together, we encourage each other, we push
Hmm.
each other. And that's the reason why this works the way that it does. Like it's just
And
a
I think
beautiful
it's because
thing.
we don't bring no pride and ego into it. Like if we feel
Strip
like,
down.
hey friend, I feel like this. Hey, if you feel some type of look, Jada had to come and be like, hey friend, hey, hey, we gotta chat about this, and you gotta take that. You know what I'm saying? And course correct.
We can
You know what
just
I'm
be so
saying?
honest with each other, and
We
I
can
just
do that.
appreciate that. You know, and
Yeah.
and and speaking of honesty and moving into our main topic of the hour, because we're not gonna hold you long. I know that the last thing I want to watch is a 45-minute video of somebody just being mad. But we
Right.
would be remiss if we did not get on our platform that we own and operate and control the message of and not say how
Exactly.
disappointed we are in not just the results, but the tone of this country. And then the shock and surprise, which pisses me off because to hear of conversations of people being like, oh, he not finna do what he said he was gonna do. Oh, the congressmen and congresswomen that we put our votes behind is not finna do what they said what they was gonna do. They finna do this project 2025. We told you asses before what they had on the docket. We
We
told
told
you,
y'all what they
and
was
not
gonna.
just us.
They, but here's the thing. They told y'all what they
They
was gonna
told you
do.
what they were gonna do. They're
They
like,
said it in your face.
and we
And
everybody
not in political terms because he's not politically correct
plain
at all.
layman's
He
terms
told you
what he
what
was
was
going to
happening.
do, and you still elected him because that's the thing is I was what word can I use here, because when I get really at a 10, when I'm really at a 10 with it, I have to use a bigger word because mad doesn't do it. I'm besmirched.
I was
i'm
disappointed.
I'm past disappointed because I'm also pissed, but I'm confused.
I was more so disappointed in the lack of growth and intelligence in humanity. Period. Like it's 2024 and people are still stupid.
Still
It's
loud and proud about their stupidity.
2024.
It's
And
sad.
it's still, and then you have people in 2024, even our people, you have women
I'm doing
who say things like, I'm traditional, I want to be traditional. What about the old days back in the day? First of all, if you're black
child.
and you're saying back in the day and it's something positive and something you want to go back to, don't talk to me. At this point, I'm drawing a line in the sand. I am not allowing any stupidity around me.
Hmm.
Period. My
Allergic.
bubble is pushing you away.
Hmm.
I don't want to catch the
You're not
stupidity.
welcome. You're not welcome.
I
You can't
can't.
sit with us. Okay?
Saying
If
you
you're
want to be
stupid,
traditional, you might as well say make America great again. You might as well.
and that's the thing that still gets me about people is it's a wonderful tagline. Can't be mad at it because you idiots can't read between the lines. You can't see that make America great again is make America white again. You can't see that this is about white supremacy and white nationalism.
Because
You
when
can't
was
see
it
it,
great? You know when it was
or you
great?
won't
Before
see it.
they got here. Before them ships sailed
That's when
over
it was the
here.
greatest.
That's when it was
Once
great.
everybody was where they were supposed to be, tucked within themselves.
Where everybody was minding their goddamn business. Okay? Before it was America. That's when it was great. That is when. So if we could go back. I would love to go back to that. I would love to be Grandmother Willow. Y'all know that. Y'all already
Period.
know that. I will
Period.
be up around the riverbed. My car's name is Nico. I
Trust
don't mind going back to
me.
that.
That was such a good. I was just
Okay?
saying that today to
But
somebody.
what I won't go back
Such a
to
piece of
is
crap.
the 50s. Because that is
Period.
what y'all is talking about. That's what y'all really saying.
It's literally like I wouldn't go back anytime before 20, maybe 2000. Maybe 2000. 2000 is the earliest I would go. And then nothing before then. Nothing before then.
Any
Nothing.
woman that did the wrong thing, I like if you did not click the right bubble, because I don't care. I'm not saying, oh, there's no right answer, your own political views. No. I was about to cuss.
There
I was
was,
going to say F that. Because that's how I feel.
you know what? Say it. Because I mean, like, there's
I'm
no point in,
trying to, you know what I'm saying?
I guess
But
we would
like
have
I'm
to
I'm not
say,
playing with y'all.
child,
Any woman, any let's talk about stupid. How do you have a slut walk and then turn around, Mrs. Slut Walk herself? Like, are you kidding me with that tattoo on your head? I knew you was stupid. I knew you was stupid. I never believed in you. I knew you was stupid.
so which
Like
one was that?
any woman, Amber
That's
Rose,
what I thought. Okay,
any
that's what I thought.
woman,
Boo.
any
Boo.
woman, all you Wahite women, all of you Wahite women. Because I don't care if you did click the right bubble, get your sisters
Almost
and get
60% of
them in
y'all
line.
did not click the right bubble.
And that's too big of a percent to
Oh,
me.
we'll just say over 50% because I don't remember
That's the
the specific
majority.
number.
The
Over
majority.
50%.
That's what we gonna
The
say. The
majority. There it
majority.
is. Because that's what it was.
Because that's what it was. The majority voted for him. Get your sisters. When you guys are having your Tupperware parties, when you guys are drinking your wine and taking your Xanax, yes, I'm throwing shade because I'm mad.
Period. There it is.
All you Stepford wives, because that's what y'all want to be, Stepford wives. With your
Say
little
it.
heads spinning around, maids, mattresses, and mules. That's what you want to
Mm-mm.
be. That's
When it
what you
becomes
voted for.
Handmaid's Tale, I don't want to hear it. Like,
You want to walk around talk about blessed be the fruit.
uh-uh. Fruitless
And you
tree.
know I'm gonna be on the wall. You know I'm gonna be one of the women on the wall. Because I'm single, so I'm gonna be one of the women on the wall because you're not gonna play with me.
And there it is. I need to see Handmaid's
Jay,
Tale
get my
because that's
baby up out
obviously
of
what we're
here.
walking into. Come on. We're going to have
Get
to
my
cross the
baby up out
border.
of here.
I'm going to have to take both of y'all.
Because you
We
know
have to figure it out.
we're gonna have to get married. Because
Period. Done. Say less.
you gotta promise me if it hit the fan, y'all, this is on camera. You gotta promise me if it hit the
I
fan,
got you.
we get
Friend,
married.
I got you.
Because you know they come for the community, so we gotta get married.
I got you.
We gotta keep each other safe. We gotta be each other's beards.
Period. I got you. Look, there it is. No, legit, like I'm I'm not worried anymore because now I know what I'm facing. And I also know that the door is closed. The door is
It's
closed.
closed.
Don't send me no DM, PM, AIM, none of it. Don't instant message me. Don't try and send me a carrier pigeon. I don't want to accept any request if you're not. And I hate having to say this. No, I don't. I don't hate it, but it has to be said a very select, and I'm really just thinking about black men and black women right now. That might expand a little bit more, but right now that's where it is. That's where it is right now. It's black men and black women. If you're not a black man or a black woman, don't ask me to help you with your cause right now. Don't say, "Hey,
Because the only
can you
people
get
I
your
feel bad
people?"
for is the kids. The only people I feel bad for is them immigrant kids that they gonna have in them cages again. Because that's what he did last time,
That's
and
what he
y'all
did
act like
last
y'all
time.
don't remember that. But you know what? Y'all voted for him. Because
Y'all,
I seen y'all demographics too.
come on now.
Y'all voted for him. So y'all gonna have
Cubans.
to explain to y'all little children why y'all are in cages and refugee camps.
Like
Y'all
it,
gonna have to do it. I'm not explaining it.
the majority of
Sorry.
those identified as Cuban voted for him to be back in office. I mean, like, yes, the
Like,
majority of Latino women voted
y'all saw what
for
he did.
for Kamala Harris. But this is my thing. The reality is, you think he's going to just stop with illegal immigrants? Like, this is going to be someone who's going to do everything in his
It's gonna
power
trickle
to get.
down to
It's going
everyone.
to be. If we thought it was about race before, if we thought it was about ethnicity and heritage before, and those things being attacked, just because, like, y'all thought we were being whiny and just complaining and being
Listen,
loud, mad black people
racism
and
isn't a
queer
thing
people
anymore.
when they took our history out of the schools. But wait until they take your kids out of the schools, because that's where we're headed.
Talk about
Like,
it.
come on, like it's
Y'all didn't even want them kids out of school when COVID was going on. Let's keep it a bean.
come on now.
Y'all didn't even want them kids at home then. What you gonna do with the
What you gonna do now?
defund the Department of Education and now they really at home?
Or and there's no
Hmm.
libraries. Like, you voted to destroy some of the small joys we had left, like libraries, like
And if
the
you're not
money
a
that was
straight
put
white
into
man, you in
educate.
trouble.
Free lunch. Think about how many kids that was their hot meal of the day. And you voted against that. How could you be?
You
What
voted
kind of
against it.
human being votes against free lunch? What kind of human being votes against your own autonomy over your body? What kind of human being
But
does
they
that?
care so much about the kids though, and that's why they overturned
But
Roe v.
look at
Wade because they
but
love
look
the
at the
kids so
system.
much.
But then look at the system. Y'all don't care nothing about
But
them
the Department of
kids.
Education, we not gonna fool with them no more. But we
It's
love the
about
kids though,
control.
so you gotta keep having them, keep
I'm
having them,
so I'm
and we're
so
not gonna. And
disappointed.
let's keep it in being. They're gonna tell you to keep having them, and they're gonna take away any assistance that you think that you
Period.
might get.
No
You
more
ain't
welfare.
getting nothing.
And then what are you working for? Because there's not going to be any Social Security. What are you working for? Like, it's so funny because these people thought that a tariff was something that was just paid externally. They thought that there was going to be no effect on them when tariffs are enacted. Do you know? I heard this story about a company where a lot of people at this company apparently voted red. And the CEO comes forward right after the election and was like, hey, I know you all, we're planning for your Christmas bonuses, but you're not getting them this year. And they're like, what? Why? Well, because we have to buy up supplies now. Because when policy is enacted that increases and puts in place tariffs for our raw supplies, we're going to have to pay significantly more money to get our supplies. And they're like, oh, why we gotta pay the tariffs? Ain't that a thing for them? No, idiot. That's not how it works. They're getting tax cuts because they're increasing the amount of money we put into the government. And that's what you idiots missed from reading things about Project 2025, from listening to what these fools were saying. You believed all the loud, make
Exactly.
America great again, and we gonna get this contract right.
But you know what? I I just feel like, how do you hear him speak and be like, yeah?
Oh yeah, I'm voting for him. That's
You
my
can tell
guy.
he not that bright. Like
He's a,
you can literally tell he's not that bright.
the
He
idiot
just be
leader
saying stuff that none of what he be saying even be making sense.
at all.
Like he don't really be answering the questions that they ask. He be talking in circles and he be just saying the same things
He's a
over and
McIdiot.
over. He got the same talking points. He just be saying stuff.
I'm just saying, those of you who have, like, we have free speech right now. There's freedom of the press now. There are things that we still have freedoms of. Y'all better be using them. Don't act like you never got your
Use them.
opportunity to use it, because you better use it now. Because when they start with things like, oh, there's no more freedom of assembly, that's dangerous. We don't need everybody in one space talking about something, and then the media starts getting attacked, and then all of a sudden we're not having elections anymore. All of a
Can we
sudden,
talk about assembly for a second?
yeah,
Because how does somebody assemble people at the White House when they lose? Do what he did and then get the keys back to the house. That's like somebody break into your house, rob you, and then you let them move in.
You marry them. You marry them. You ma- I wonder if those who voted
Is
for
it
him,
crack?
low key, it could be crack, or it could be Stockholm syndrome, or they could just be idiots.
It could be all of the
Because
things.
the extremism of it all is what really blows my mind. And that's the part where I'm like, see, the spiritual girlies, as a collective, we have been on a whole different page right now. And we also know that something is amiss. Something ain't right in the water.
We've been saying, we in particular on here
Come on
also
now.
have been telling y'all for years. We've been yelling this at y'all since 2020. Pay attention. Things are shifting. We've been saying this
Been saying it.
consistently.
And we are about to step into this season where I think many of you will just have your jaws dropped because you're not prepared and you didn't prepare and you didn't ground yourself and you didn't do shadow work and you didn't learn yourself and you didn't heal and you didn't move past BS. Because when we step into this new season and the divine starts moving a little bit differently than before and things start looking
Right.
a little bit differently than before and you start seeing people elevate and move consciously in a whole different direction than imagine it. Because I really think we're about to move into this space where imagination is about to expand into something like never before.
Listen.
Where visualization is about to expand, where ability, creativity, and power are about to look completely different because the structure is changing. The molecular structure
Yes.
of things right now, look at it like that, are shifting. When you take this atom and you put this atom together and you put them together, and let's say you throw a little heat on it, things change. And that's what's happening right now. And y'all aren't ready.
Mm-hmm.
And we can
Nope.
tell they aren't ready because of how they voted. That definitely tells. But y'all aren't ready to step into this next season, and that's okay.
Or the people who played with they vote. Because I got another bone to pick.
Uh-oh.
I here's another thing that annoys me because there were some of the woke folks, my woke folks. Let me chat with my woke folks first,
Get them together. Mm.
because y'all being ignorant as well. Let me be very very clear. What y'all don't be understanding is that there is, and me and Jay was talking about this about a sermon that I watched about not ignoring reality. Faith is not about ignoring the reality. And I think even with the woke folks, people tend to ignore reality.
Hmm.
There were some people, some prominent woke people, who went to ballot boxes and like wrote their names in and was all like, yeah, because this is why I don't vote. And da, 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 da. Let me explain something to you.
Get them.
You going down there, putting your name down, you're the reason your vote doesn't count. You are.
That's why your vote don't count.
What are you doing? You might as well had not went. I'd rather you not go. Just be like, oh, I don't vote because I don't participate in the circus. Cool, fine, whatever. Don't complain. Just be over there. Fine. You
Get
don't
what
want
you
to, you ain't
get.
got to. Get what you get. Just don't complain. I don't want to hear, just don't complain. That's my only ask. If you don't want to do it, fine, just don't complain. But to take time out of your day to go down there and do silly shit is crazy to me. And it's like, what are you proving? What are you
For
proving?
why?
What was the reason? What did we learn from this? What did we learn by watching you do this? What did you get out of
What
it?
did you get out of this? For what reason? It's literally for why. I don't, let me tell you. I thought about the fact
That's
that
so stupid.
my 94-year-old grandmother went and voted. She went and voted for Kamala Harris. And I think about what she has seen in her entire lifetime since 1920.
For black people to play with your vote, where people died and got hosed and got dogs
And got
on them,
lynched. I mean, like, all types of horrors our
they
people
went
have
out of
faced.
their way. They weren't even considered people.
They weren't.
that was their first way of getting them not to vote, is to just be like, well, they're not
They're not
really
people. They
people.
were
What was it
property.
like? They
They
were
can
like
vote.
half a person or something like
Three
that.
fifths.
Like, so
Three
it's like,
fifths.
come on. If you not gonna do it, don't do it, but don't play with it. It's disrespectful. I don't like it. I don't, because what are you like? What are we get? Or like the people now? We love Amanda Seals over here. We
Hmm.
love Amanda Seals over here. But it's like, girl, if I'm telling you we got a poisonous apple and we got a green apple, and you like, well, I don't like Granny Smiths. So you want the
You
poisonous?
gonna eat
Like,
the
what's the point
poisonous
of you
apple?
telling me that you don't like it? We only got these two apples, and you're hungry. Which one you eating? You want the poisonous apple or the Granny Smith? Pick one. No, you may not like green apples, that's fine, but you hungry. You want to
And
die
somehow you
or you want to
forced
eat?
the poison apple. I will say again, I am in this space of just grateful it's over with. I am disappointed in how it played out, but I'm so grateful it's over
Yes,
with. And now that we move into this next season, I'm just girding my loins, girding my space and my spirit, and preparing.
I'm getting right with
Come on
God.
now. When I tell y'all we have canned, we have all types of things that we grew that are in the freezer. I have candles. I have all types of books I ain't read
Wow.
yet. I'm prepared. I'm prepared for whatever the next stage looks like that we transition into. I'm prepared. I have all the incense I could want, all the perfumes and colognes
Yes.
I could wear at home by myself if I needed to. You know, like I am prepared, and I encourage people to move into a space of contentment, to move into a space of preparation and excitement for what could be next for you. Because at this point, like I said, our
Hmm.
activism for the all, pumping the brakes on that for right now.
Yeah. And one thing, let's be clear. One thing that I shout out to Erica De Niro on TV. She always say, just because we share identity does not mean we are in community. Okay.
Very much.
So I'm
And very that.
also got my I got my good eye on everybody. And if I ask the questions and you don't answer it correctly, scooty poop. Thank you.
To the left, to the
To
left.
the
Um,
left. Okay.
I completely agree with you. Y'all, we just wanted to hop in here and let y'all know we have fixed the issue. There will be more episodes coming. Um,
Can I share the message also? Because I don't want us
please
to
share the
just,
message.
know.
For the culture,
I
please
want
share the
to share
message.
y'all this sermon that I was listening to this morning, and he was talking about addressing anxiousness, and he was basically talking about the climate of what's going on right now, the election, and everything that happened, and how people this is for the people who believe in God. If you don't, I don't even know how you got over here. But we accept
You
everybody, and
did it.
we
Yeah.
ain't judging.
Hi.
I don't even know how you got to the end of this video because we probably done got on your nerves already.
Already.
But for the believers and the receivers, I just want to share this message with y'all. He was talking about how, like, he was talking about Philippians and Paul. And he was talking about how Paul wrote the letter to the people of Philippi telling them basically, like, I understand it's a lot going on over there where y'all at, and y'all have a lot of reason to be anxious, but you, the believer, you don't need to be anxious about nothing. Nothing. I understand there's things to worry about and there's stuff going on, but
You won't worry about it.
you don't need to worry.
Don't worry,
You don't need to
baby.
worry. That's why we can still be down here with y'all. That's why
Hmm.
we can still have a testimony in the midst of all of this because we ain't
We
worried
ain't
because
worried.
we been doing the work.
Been doing the work.
We know. Listen, when Moses say put that red paint, what we gonna do? What is we gonna do?
What
When it's
size
time
brush
to
I need to
go,
use, Moses?
listen. Because one thing I can't wait to do is be walking across that parted sea so I can see them whales
Come
swimming up
on
inside the
now.
walls like I'm at the
I want to
aquarium.
look
Come
like,
on.
right, like it's an aquarium. Friend, you blessed
That's
my
what I'm
soul
gonna
when you
do.
when you brought that to me, and I'm so glad you shared that with the pod because, it. I told her in the moment as we were talking, it triggered something in me because that's how God be moving, and sometimes you just
Hmm.
have to listen, you have to hear and feel, because the divine will say something to you in that moment that will help. Like the way my mind works, give me a tagline that I can always refer
Mm-hmm.
back to this in those moments of anxiety. And what Dee said, it triggered something in me that anxiousness is based in assumption. It's based in stuff that we don't even
Mm-hmm.
have the fact of this is what I think is going to happen, so I'm worried about what might happen. That could possibly never even come
Yes.
up. And when Dee said that,
Yes.
it was like the light bulb went off and my brain blew up for just a second. She had to recompose herself because it was just too
Because
much.
even with this election, even with him winning, because he won, and because we know what they've been spouting and what their intentions are, our interpretation is this is where this is going to lead us. This is what's going to happen.
Hmm.
But God, though, and a lot of people have been questioning God, and I got to read y'all before we go. Don't come trying to check God when y'all wasn't checking for God before.
Thank you.
Let's keep it a bean.
Thank you.
Let's keep it a bean. Y'all love to do this when things like this don't go our way. But how many of y'all been shouting and praising for the past 4 years prior to this? How many of y'all been shouting and praising in the midst back in 2020? How many of y'all was shouting and praising when they said that we could come back outside and y'all been gallivanting like nothing happened before? Because let's be keeping it being. Did the world not go right back to the way it was before? Nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
The people still moving the same. So don't come being upset with God
Get them together.
when he don't got nothing to do with the people who is astray. And one thing that I gotta leave that I didn't tell you from the sermon that I just
Please.
remembered
Yes, tell me.
is he was talking about the peace of God, PEACE, the peace of God. And how when people go and trying to find peace, we're trying to find peace in other things. We thinking
Hmm.
like, oh, we need the money, we need this, we need that. But he was like, the peace of God is attached to God.
There it
So you
is.
got to be with God to get the peace
Oh,
of God.
friends.
And once you go astray, if you trying to find peace, you need to go find God.
There it is. Oh my
That was
gosh,
his
let me
message.
tell you, because this is how you know when God is moving and God is speaking into people, because there are synchronicities and then you have confirmation. God spoke something to me last week, and I was meditating. I might have had my incense going. It was just me having a moment with God. And God said to me, you are outside in the world looking and hoping to find peace in someone else or in something else or in a job or
Come
in an activity.
on.
But that's not where your peace is. Your peace is within. The
No.
peace comes when you sit with yourself. The peace comes within. God
And
created
it's
the peace
easy to
within
have
you.
peace when ain't nothing going on.
There it is.
It's real
It's
easy to
real
have
easy.
peace then. And as soon as
Come
something
on now.
shake up, that's when people get to where God at.
Not true peace and not true faith. That's not peace, nor is that faith. But see, that's the thing about peace, because that's one of the things like that I've learned from my mom. Is I was telling someone recently, whenever there was an emergency, my mom is not the one to call you screaming. She don't call me screaming. She calls me and she's speaking in this tone. Hey, just so you know, someone had broken into the house and they stole all the TVs. They took my laptop. They took a guitar. This was a legit call that she called and told me. And I'm on the, they did what? I'm like 3 blocks away. They did
You
what?
know, I'm passionate.
Panicking. But she's always, anytime anything has ever happened, that has been her tone of voice when she talked to me. And that to me is the definition of what I'm about to say. That is the example that I had growing up of what I'm about to say. Because the thing about it is nobody said that you won't experience anxiety, that you won't experience some form of being knocked off your rocker and shock and having to readjust in this journey of life, especially if you're walking the path. Like that's it. That's when you're gonna have more wind
Exactly.
blowing and things, one of those things that be
Because
rocking back and forth.
they don't want
They
you,
don't want
the
you to
other
get
forces
to
don't
the
want you
come
down the
on now. So
path.
there's going to be
They
more
don't want you
things
down that
popping up
path.
in your path. But the thing about having true peace and experiencing and exhibiting true faith is that when you do it, especially when you're doing it right and you're doing it true, is
Come
that
on.
when you are in the midst of that journey, you might take a deep breath. And this was something I was applauding Dee on recently. I'm gonna put her business out there, but I was applauding Dee on this recently because there was just a lot of craziness. And in the midst of the craziness, she would take a step back and take a breath and be like, it's a lot going on, God. It's a lot around these streets going on here now. I trust you. I know you got me now, but I just want you to know it's a lot going on right
Man,
here.
It's
And
a lot going on.
that's what peace looks like. It's not saying you ignore what's going on around you. It's not saying you live in some fairy tale land that everything is perfect. It's
Hmm.
recognizing that in the midst of this chaos, in the midst of this valley, in the midst of my trials and tribulations, I'm going to stand upright because guess what? I'm not worried because I have something bigger than me
Yes.
looking out for me. Oh, girl,
And that's what he
I
was
needed
saying.
that.
Because you know how a lot of Christian people, we be like, I don't receive that. He said, stop saying I don't receive that. He said, I see what this is, but I know that my outcome will not
Will
be
not
what they think
reflect
it's going
what.
to be.
Thank you.
My
My
outcome will
it's not
not
going to
reflect
reflect
where
the
I am
assumption.
right
Thank
now.
you. Come on now. Yeah,
So it's
I
like,
needed
you
that
can't just be
so
like,
much.
oh, I don't receive that. Because sometimes that's what you got.
That's what you got.
That's what you didn't receive, whether you want to or not. But you got to be real. And he said, faith is not ignoring reality. That is not faith. Faith does not ignore reality. God knows. I understand that you're going through, and He know
See,
exactly what you need to get through.
come on
You
now.
just gotta let Him do His job. You gotta do your part
We've said it
and let
before.
Him do His,
Like your
and
job is
trust the
not the
process. And
how.
that's the hard part, is trusting the process.
The
That's
how
the
is not
hardest
your
part
business. The
because you
how is
can't see,
God's. Come on now. Like you
and
don't
that's
you
what faith
we
is,
be
though.
so worried about the how. How you gonna do it, God? How you said you had said you was gonna do. How you gonna do it? The how is not your business.
I've shared I've shared goals with people, and they be like, "How is you going?"
I don't know. That's not
I've
on
had to
me.
stop saying. I've had to literally stop saying what I want to do and stuff like that, even down to the smallest things. Because as soon as, well, how you gonna do that? Like, I've had that experience so many times, and it's so hard to, like, especially with, like, where it's so, where you hear stuff like that from, like, childhood.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those types of things. It's hard to have faith when other people are questioning you, but you gotta know where you and God going. That's why you got to be
Period. And
within
you
and be
know,
centered.
friend,
And that's why God is within
connecting the
us.
dots. We
Because you
connect
can't
to the
go out
dots. You
there
can go out there
looking
and
for
find.
it.
Come on now. What's that song? Searched all over, couldn't find nobody. It's crazy because
I
you
did it.
can.
Searched all over. You seen the binder.
I did.
Searched all over. Couldn't
You
find
know,
nobody.
it's crazy. It's just crazy that you say that because that just really rings true for me. That really rings true for me. Like it connects back to when we were connecting the dots, connecting the dots. There was a sermon that I heard where they were talking about why did it just leave me? That's so
Oh
disrespectful.
Lord.
What it's so, it just left me.
Connecting the
Searched
dots.
all over. It's coming back. It's coming back. I feel it. It's right here. It's on the tip of my tongue. We were talking about
Going
looking over,
within.
going within. Keep going, keep going. We're almost there. We're almost there.
I don't know. I
You don't
don't
know where
can't
to go.
think of any
Okay,
other
yeah.
words to that.
But I just know that there was a sermon that I heard that connected to what you were saying about like, you know, it's when we're definitely when we are experiencing and exhibiting true faith, faith and worry can't happen at the same time.
Mm-mm.
You can either choose to have faith or you can choose to worry. Those are your choices. I'm either gonna have faith about it or I'm gonna worry. Because that's the thing about it. It's like when you give God the how, then that's one thing. That's one less thing that you're worried about. That's one less thing you're focusing your energy on. And when we worry, it's like we're saying to God, God, I know you're big, divine. I know you take care of everything. You created the universe and time and all the things. But this thing in particular, I think I'm gonna have to take the lead on this. I think I got it. You know, I just think it might be
And God
it.
gonna be like, oh, all right.
Okay, you got it
Okay.
then.
Let me know how that works out
Let
for
me
you.
know how it works out. I'll see you in a couple
So
days.
God be like, all right, see you later.
Okay, see you soon.
No, don't worry, Bob. She'll be back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're gonna keep my 2 o'clock open. To keep my 2 o'clock open. Yeah.
You schedule her for next week. Yeah,
hmm
she'll be back.
she'll be back. I love that. But yeah, y'all, we just really want to thank y'all so much for tuning in with us, like sharing this chat with us, having this moment because y'all, it is
Hmm.
definitely going to be continue to be an adjustment for all of us as we move into this next
Yeah.
season. It's going to be a season of adjusting. It's going to be a season of mouth agape.
It's gonna be a season of progression
Period. A season of
and
progress, a season of
transformation.
education, a season of adventure. I'm claiming all of that.
And let me leave y'all with this. I was watching something and she was talking about how, like, even if you see mountains and, like, somebody's doing, like, if you look across a mountain, mountains go like this, but if you walk in them, even if you're going up and down, you're still progressing. And a lot of times people don't appreciate the down, but you learn lessons on the up, and when you bring it down, it's because you got to learn some lessons before he bring you to this other up that he's
Hmm.
about to take you to. So just as long as you're
As
progressing,
long as you're progressing.
and what Mary meant, I'm walking, be walking, just keep walking,
Let me tell you,
keep going,
me and
just
Mary be
don't stop,
walking,
don't
they be
ever stop.
running, they be getting up, they be moving. Like
Listen,
they be breaking the shackles off.
listen,
So active.
taking the shackles off,
That's a
they
whole
be
Zumba
cutting up.
class is just Mary songs.
No, literally,
Literally.
literally. I literally.
Thank y'all so much. We love y'all, and we'll see y'all next week in another episode of the 5011 Chronicles. Peace.
That was cute.